came off the.
Oh yeah.
It says a generous amount of pepper, social.
You know, that's why you need a pestle and mortar, so that you could just
Yeah.
pour a ton in it and then crumble it up.
Yeah. Actually, get immediately getting distracted after you drink first.
What were you getting distracted with? So a lot of pepper and a lot of garlic.
I mean, it looks resoundingly simple and straightforward, and it looks like the garlic is genuinely a background flavour.
Yeah, because you put it in whole, so it's not like you serve it.
Yeah, it's not being served.
You know, I got an email from Ammo, I think, about how they were planning to reopen.
Oh, jolly good.
And stuff. Did you see the onion offering that they did in Brussels? I didn't notice.
No, I didn't.
No, that's why I was asking.
Oh, no, I didn't.
They don't even notice. I guess we can always stop by our usual tomorrow.
Yeah, we could stop by both.
We'll stop by both and see if the new one's doing like smoothies.
Yes, yeah.
You know, we'll head out to get my
Yeah.
medication
And then just go on from there.
yeah.
That sounds sensible.
Better to do it this week than having to do it next week.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think next week, if it's all possible, we should just hide.
Well, just like go out super early.
And probably super late as well.
Yeah. The evening walks are really nice. It does make everything really late though.
Yeah.
But we just need to be more disciplined about that. It's just so nice staying up late though.
It is as well once I've got some time off.
You know what always feels nicer? Staying up late rather than getting up early. Why is that?
I suppose it feels... I'm going to skip this bit of intro music, it's a bit too dramatic to be honest. That's better. Sorry, yeah. I think it's because, it's more your time. Like, getting up in the morning, it's got a day full of, like, obligations to employers and...
Yeah, but what if it's not? What if it's, like, with us, like, we wanted to go and do stuff, but...
And then we slept.
Yeah.
But that was all.
Yeah, but then what's the reason there?
That's a good question, by the way,
What is this smoothie? Where is it from?
It is... See if you recognise it in a second. Health tip, don't dance with a knife.
I don't know, is it like Incredible or something?
No, someone's done Bond intro to Double Time Swing. So it's the James Bond movie.
I don't know if I've done the chance too big for this colour this time, but I'm going with it.
Go with it. So thinly slice one green chili.
What have you missed most since lockdown?
What have I missed the most? I think it would be seeing family and the kids. Was that predictable? Because like I thought it was going to be things like
Coffee.
yeah, but then we got a brilliant coffee machine, and I'm like, yeah.
Oh, my eyes. I've finished chocolate and now it's killing my eyes.
And now it's come for you.
It's because it's sat right there, like looking at me.
Unfortunately, the Twitter notification I can see is just spiralling and not sending, so we may end up just chatting together, my love, and maybe nobody here. If you can bear with my company.
Wait, did you not post it on Insta as well?
I did.
Maybe.
Just leave it. It's fine.
Maybe everyone's just outside nowadays enjoying the weather.
Could be. Certainly in the UK, they've pulled the starting pistol.
So you just want to keep the music on?
Just for a minute longer, and then we'll stop calling it the intro. It's gone kind of Viking and a bit dramatic. We're relaxing this evening. He says, bending down into his cupboard.
This is going to be quite a party burrow.
Good.
I've still got birthday cards and gifts and whatnot to
Sort out tonight.
or tomorrow, like, but they just need to be sorted this week.
Yeah. Okay.
Probably in the week. If you have spinach, I guess last thing you could serve spinach through the story
Yeah, I will do that actually.
if there ends up being in this space because I've actually made quite a lot of it.
Is this a monster curry? It's alright.
Usually one would be worried about the taste because I've got this one more onion.
It'll be okay.
Can I pass you the wood here?
Yeah, of course you can.
And then I'll need a little plate and a bowl.
No worries.
Ooh, I had a bag.
So then it was a little plate and a bowl.
Yes, please.
There we go.
Thank you. Because I'll prep your onion for the whatchamacallit, the paste.
Oh, yeah.
And then this is for what? No, it's a little thing.
Oh, even little.
Yeah, I don't want to dirty too much stuff unnecessarily.
That's all.
It's only this size of onion.
Right. Oh, we'll just turn off the music. Fade out. Hello, everybody. Hope you're having a lovely Thursday. We've had to remind ourselves what day it even is. And hopefully everyone's had a marvellous time. If you're in the UK, you're not too bewildered by the comings and goings of the capital, which we shall just simply now refer to it as. Oh, God, it's windy. Oh, I'm losing garlic skin everywhere. Woo. But we do need the window open, so I'm just going to put it in a wind trap. That'll do. So we've elected for a nice, relaxed evening. Just going to cook a couple of big things. Cook a brand new thing. Spot of chicken. I keep wanting to call it Adobo, like the program, but it's Adobo. Like the oboe. Chicken like the oboe Adobo. Kindly suggested by one of our fine friends from across the pond, one Mr. Waffle.
Why is it called
The Pond?
The Pond.
I have no idea actually. I've not got the faintest clue. I'm sure there must be a good reason. I suppose it could just be sort of ironic in the sense of it's massive. It ain't no pond chief. And so what I'm concentrating on, Mrs. Al's kindly cutting vegetables in the background.
Such is my life.
Not such as your life.
The life of vegetable servitude.
Well, I'm playing with garlic. So the start point is the recipe calls for a whole head of garlic. Just take the skin off. So I'm tackling adobo, and we'll just begin with our prep. Ooh. However, I'm taking the skin off this one, and it is in fact falling apart slightly.
Yeah, I don't think you're meant to take the skin off.
It said don't peel, but didn't say...
Yeah, because otherwise it'll fall apart. The skin is what holds it together.
Okay, well I'll just leave it there.
I mean, what are you going to do?
I just didn't want it to sort of filter into the food and not be capable of being fished out.
Well, I guess just, then just, if it's individual pieces, we'll just have to make sure that we...
Yeah. It'll be fine.
Fish it out.
So far it's a garlic and jalapeno chili. That's going in. This one is going to dress the plates. So, nice thin slices.
Oh, one of them's just for dressing.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering actually about doing 1.5 and using half of one for dressing. It seems a bit wasteful to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to eat it.
Are you not?
I've never eaten a jalapeno.
Jalapeno. Jalapeno.
Oh.
Really? What are we talking about? So that will go in then. I shall keep some aside just
Well, you
to...
eat one. Let me see what happens. Are they hot?
So,
Or are they just flavourful?
Whee! They're hot. Oh. Yes. Right, okay. That's a little warm. That's a little toasty.
Well, what's worse is that we know for a fact that your brothers would have no problem in eating that.
Well, maybe I can make this for them.
No, but you know what, like...
With the hot food challenge.
If we're going to do that, just know that I'm going to be the one who's like...
Bowed out quite quickly.
Yeah.
That's alright.
Well, I've never even had sriracha because I don't like sauce.
Well, in that case, we might need to just practice in advance. I'm going to keep that just to one side. What do we need next? Now, the next bit's, in terms of the recipe I found anyway, it was a recipe that involved chicken on the bone. Now, I'll eat chicken in most of any form apart from that which will give me food poisoning.
So raw.
Yeah, not raw, but apart from that, I'm okay. But Mrs. Al's not so much of a fan of on the bone chicken, so what we've gone for instead is we went to the butcher and got some boneless thighs. I had mulled over preparing these and giving them an artificial skin, but when I read the recipe that I had, the basic premise seems to be that if you've got a skin, make it crispy. Like jalapeno's coming back. Ooh. Oh, ooh. Oh, dear me. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to just whittle off any of the excess fat. I'm going to tailor my cooking times accordingly just to make sure that this doesn't overcook. And we're going to go for a boneless variety, which is already pretty flat. It should cook pretty quickly. So what I'm going to intend to do is just give it a nice searing on one side. I'm ever so slightly lightly scoring it as well. And then we're going to put that to one side, just once we've got that going. Yeah, so Mrs. Allen and I have been went back onto Overcooked again this afternoon, just for fun. See if we could get a couple of extra stars to our name. We got one, I think.
When we went back through the levels.
The ones that we'd already done, yeah.
Yeah.
We did get worse on one.
We got
The
worse
boats
on most of them.
The boats are a nightmare. Honestly. And yes, and then watching with, although we're not going to dwell on it here, a little dismay at the daily UK briefing. But I'm not actually that surprised that I'm dismayed anymore, I suppose. It's come to expect it. Look after your own little corner of the world and stay safe. Forget the machinations of power. They can do what they like. So, the original recipe called for essentially a combo of on-the-bone thighs and drumsticks, 4 of each. So if you see this in due course and you think, actually, I'm quite a fan of on-the-bone chicken, I will put a different version of the recipe up on our Discord, just so that you've got original option and our preferred option.
And you said that you'd put up the Gordon Ramsay recipe.
The Gordon Ramsay is now there, in all its glory.
Well done.
Yep. I just need to now put the rest up and start doing them in increasing quantities.
Like, what else are you going to put up? Like, are you going to put up, like, your rhubarb or, like, the...
Yeah, I'm going to put up anything we do, in case anyone fancies giving it a go. So, the rhubarb, the sauerkraut, although maybe I'll wait until I've done a couple more attempts at the sauerkraut, just so I can give a slightly more perfected one.
Yeah.
But we'll put the IKEA meatball one up. Once we've perfected that, we'll go back and do a take 2 of that, I think, if you're happy to try it again.
Yeah. Like, will you put up, like, the granola one or whatever, even though I know that's quick and simple, but you've done that on the...
Yeah, absolutely.
Stream.
On the Streamoline. Yes.
I'm so tired.
You exhausted?
Yeah.
Oh.
I haven't even done anything.
You played Overcooked with me, that's a tiring experience.
Yeah. Especially when you keep bashing me out of the way.
Yeah, the boost button. The boost button is a dangerous button. I shall charge around the kitchen. Thudunk. I suppose this is why chefs don't charge around kitchens. Oops, it is. So, the key, it looks like, with this recipe is all in the sauce prep. So, we'll have to keep our eye on that quite carefully. Just a little dressing here of the chicken. But it's a lovely day over in the UK countryside where we are. There's some localish building going on, and they've stopped for the day, which is a bit of a relief. I was worried that we would be having to have the window open and then competing with large local diggers. But c'est la vie. They've gone off.
Smell the chicken.
Can you?
Yeah, it doesn't smell nice.
It's okay. It's
Come and stand over here.
hang on. Sorry, I just did that whilst I was mid jibbly jibbit. Hang on. So when anyone comes in, they're going to see this just disappeared in a pile of chicken.
Can you smell what I smell?
Yeah, it's strong. Strong.
Smell what thighs smell like.
Yeah. I am not alarmed. Mrs. Allen's quite right there to flag it up. I never want to give anyone salmonella. There is a concern. One should always check. So I'm going to get us just a pan heated up now, just so that we can start getting the chicken underway, and then we'll turn our attention to the sauce. You're right there, is it, my love?
This can go back in the fridge.
Okay, I just need to wash the chicken off my hands.
Oh, I'll do it.
Yes, quality streaming this. What is it? It's a massive pile of chicken. Oh. Right. So I'm going to measure out the rest of our ingredients now, just whilst that's heating up. What do we need? We need 175 millilitres of white wine vinegar. Oh, actually, is that even going to be 100? This is going to be as close to 175 millilitres of white wine vinegar as we can get to.
What if the sauce is a making giant thing?
We're going to be all right, just I think. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more.
You know, we should buy some rice wine vinegar so that we can use it when we're cooking like Korean and Japanese stuff.
I'm down for that. Right, so that's 175 of the rice wine. Then we got onto soy sauce.
White wine.
So, white wine vinegar, sorry.
You said rice wine.
Did I? Oh, sorry. White wine vinegar. And then same again for soy sauce.
Oh my god, really?
Yep.
Wowza.
Gosh, that is a lot of soy sauce. I have to add this to the shopping list.
No, we've got another bottle.
Oh, do we?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Right, okay.
Where's the veg?
Sorry, I moved it out of the way because the pan was heating up. There we go. Thank you very much.
Then I can... Oh no, I still need to do some more onion. Then I can get on the chicken.
Okay. Move that for now because I'm not... So that's...
Well, that's why I said don't bring this out yet.
A little premature. Seasoning. Adding more pepper to an already spicy dish. Some might view that as bravery. So others might view it as stupidity. What you after that?
Oh, I was just going to show you that we have soy sauce there. That's usually a ponzu, but we can pretty much use that as soy sauce. Oh yeah,
So we do actually need some more. I was right. Doesn't happen often. Okay, so in we go. I've seasoned the chicken on one side. Nice sizzle there as we go in. I'll wash my grinder afterwards. So just looking to get a spot of colour on the outside, and I'm just bearing in mind without a bone there's not quite as much to cook through, so once we've got that colour we're going to whip it straight out again.
I don't think that you got the right sesame oil. This is sesame wok oil, so it includes soybean oil in it. It's not just pure sesame oil.
Right, so we got the wrong thing.
Yeah.
That's an absolute bugger.
Yeah.
Pardon my French. Le bugger. So let's just swap the camera angle around for a second. So here we go, skin side down, or skin side in inverted commas, we haven't got any on this one. So all I'm after is a spot of colouring on the don't burn your arm on the pan, bottom side of it. Ooh, wonky camera. So that's as many as I can fit in for now, so I'm just going to let them get a spot of colour. Let's season these. So yes, the Discord channel is coming along nicely. I'll get myself a pair of tongs here just so I can readily access the chicken. Whoops, sorry folks. Making loud noises. give it a minute more. Start putting these in as well. So they're not cooked all the way through, but what I want is just colouring on the, and in inverted commas, skin side. I am now getting nicely. It's going to be going in for quite a while once the sauce is up to spec. There, like that, and in we go. Marvellous. Right. So once we've done that, what else do we need? Let's see, our chicken's going down nicely. We've got our seasoning here. Then we will need the vinegar, soy sauce. We need sugar and bay leaves. Right.
Bay leaves are behind them.
They're now in front of me. I remember to do.
Oh, okay. What sort of sugar? Are you just going to use the coconut sugar?
Is this a light or dark brown sugar? So
Okay, so you can use the coconut.
yeah, you can use the coconut. There's not even that much of it, it's just a tablespoon.
Okay. This would be one of the open categories, yeah.
So, it seems pretty vague as to what sugar to use, so we should be suitably relaxed about it. Use a tablespoon. So yes, if anyone comes to watch this in due course, I do hope you are having a lovely day. I strongly suspect, given that you're in the UK with the all clear almost, to go about your business. If you're seeing family members, I hope you're delighted to see them. I hope you're enjoying good weather if you've got it. Failing which, if you're just having this on in the background and flicking through a switch, hello, lovely to see you. Hope you're well. So let's get our escape artist bay leaves. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Have to make sure I use them up. I lost a couple in the last batch. I didn't use them fast enough. So
You get a lot of good use out of our bay leaves.
absolutely we do. So yeah, spot of colour, a little bit of colour. So it's got some nice fat has come out there in a tasty sense rather than an unpleasant one. And then the next step of the recipe is resoundingly simple. Take all of your ingredients and in they go. So let's get the camera over in just a second. So we want to bring it up to a simmer and then reduce the heat after that. Just get all of our sugar in there. So it's just clinging to the base of the jar. So let's just turn this around. See our massive pile of chicken there. And here we go. So we've got, you can see our cloves of garlic. We've got our chilies, our soy sauce mixture. So we're just going to let that come up to a light simmer, and I'm going to stop earthquaking the camera angle around. Just give it a stir. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing okay. Well, my bed is prepped and now I'm moving on to the chicken.
Soup deep. Yes, Mrs. Al's playing a blinder in the background doing one of our frequent recipes. Spot of the old curry. Right, turning that up because I want to get that to its simmer quite quickly. And we'll clean as we go. It's overcooked all over again. I need to press the button X and stand there and do this in midair. Clean. So we need to give that just a minute. We can clean up here as well whilst we're at it. So we'll just...
Oh, I need a meat knife.
You need a meat knife?
I think I used to use that purple one.
Purple one? Right, you are. Let's grab you a purple one then. Right.
We had 5 chicken breasts in total, didn't we?
Yes.
So should I do 2.5 for each meal?
Yes, that makes sense.
I don't have to. I can just do 2 for each and we have 1 left over. But...
No, let's go. That makes perfect sense. We'll do it your way. So, high quality Twitch programming here. Food waste bag. Food waste bag scraping. Yeah, see all the nitty gritty bits of the cookie. And then promptly remove them as the first person that turns up to see this sees, nope, this is not the kind of thing I want to see. And I imagine food channels. So there we go. So, oh gosh, this is literally blowing everywhere.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to get rid of the, oh, that's now too high, hang on. Whee. Bring that down to low. It's got to a simmer, in fact a little bit more than a simmer, so I've brought that right down. We just clear up before we get to stage number 2.
What is stage 2?
Well, actually, this is stage 3A in my recipe, so I'm not even counting correctly. Actually, stage 3A is I'm going to transfer it to a much smaller ring. Ooh, it's struggling a bit because of the wind. I might actually have to shut the window.
Okay, shut the window.
Okay.
Or just put it to. You don't need to shut it. You could have just pulled it to.
Okay, I'll try and pull it to that.
Well, I don't want the whole place to smell of soy sauce.
I'll also put on a more like that for us to do. So I've got it down to a low heat. So that's not too low. So we've got it down low. Then what we want is season generously with pepper. No problem at all there. That's right up our street. Can always add more, and then we want to return the chicken to it, and it says skin side up. So again, if you're doing this with chicken with a bone in it, basically it's the equivalent of what is your side that you've coloured. Bring this in closer. So you want that side looking up, and then place it on top of the sauce, and that's it.
What, is it done now?
It is until the next 35-40 minutes.
Oh, okay.
So
then you can start on the curry.
Exactly. So this will just sit and mind its own business for most of the time we're doing everything else, which is handy. So I shall show the folks in a second what it all looks like. So we'll need the lid as well. I think the idea being is it's sort of flavourful, but quite tender chicken, which will receive no objection from me. Sounds rather delicious. There we are. So let's get that last couple of bits in. Might have even needed a larger pot for this.
A larger pot?
Maybe. It'll be alright, it'll fit. All the chicken will just have to get friendly and squeeze in together. There we are. Okay. So let's clear out our various bits and pieces. I can do a spot of clearing down in a moment. In fact, I'll just do a little bit right now. Let's go. So that will go into our dishwasher. So then what we're left with is got the chicken just riding the top of the sauce quite nicely. Then I'm going to pop the lid on, set a timer for 40 minutes, and then hopefully that should do the trick. However, there's then another stage after that of boiling it down. So we boil down the sauce so it's quite thick. But that should be enough to cook the chicken, and then we whip that out again after that. So far, so good. And it gives us our great new excuse to try our rice cooker. Right, next stage. Let's put a timer on.
Yeah, but you let me know when you want me to do the rice.
How long do you say it takes again?
It takes 45 minutes.
45 minutes? Well, this will take 45 minutes to cook, and then another, how long did it say? About another 5-10 minutes after that to reduce the sauce down.
Well, remember that we have a keep warm.
Yes, we have a keep warm function. Super. Right, what do you need from me now curry-wise? I need to make the paste.
Yeah, you can make the paste. The onions here chopped.
Lovely. Right, let's get my pan ready. Anyone who comes to see this in due course knows that curry is one that we frequently do. It's quite a straightforward one. Get some tablespoonful of water. Over water if you're young Mr. Leone.
This chicken, man. I hate prepping this chicken.
Is it a real pain in the you-know-what?
Well, the prepackaged chicken always just seems so much worse.
Yeah, it's not as good when you can't get to your...
No, this is from the butcher.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, but whenever we get it prepackaged, it just never seems
Quite as good as what they got on the counter.
Yeah.
Strange that, isn't it? Right.
That's probably not. It's probably calculated.
Do you think?
Oh, yeah.
So there we go. Right. So we put in just some of our onion, mix that down. Just flip my recipe book back a couple of pages. Make sure I don't miss anything.
You're not doing the lime one, right?
No, I'm not mixing my curries here.
Okay.
It was, however, quite right to check. But we do need 2 things of garlic going. But
We do have garlic.
we do, and there it is. I'm in fact going to use that Gordon Ramsay technique of grating it in anyway. I really like that technique.
Yeah.
It's a good one. Also saves on washing up. So, 2 tablespoons of water. I'll have some more in due course. And then it's a case of apologies for the noise, folks. A little blending. A little blending when one turns the power on would be a good idea. Go, just a little bit at a time. You want a wet paste. Good, right, that's got us going. Right, what do I need next? I need my garlic cloves. 2, perfect, exactly what I need.
Oh gosh, do we have ginger?
Oh, good point. We have some, not a massive amount.
Will it be enough?
We will have to hope so. Forgot about that. In fact, I need to wash that chopping board. So, need it. So, quick.
Oh no, I can't even chop on this one now. Sorry.
That's alright. Really, I probably should get myself like a meat chopping board or something. I love it. Quality programming again. What can I see? Back of chef.
Can they even see that?
Yes, you can see my calf muscles. Show off some calf, folks.
Could you put on the
lights?
top lights, just so I can see a bit better? Yeah, those ones. Thank you. I'm saving the hot cups for you again.
Oh, thank you. Yes, Mrs. Owl is precise about her chicken cutting. There are bits that she doesn't like. And why on earth cook and eat what you don't like? So I get to have the offcuts to play with.
Oh, that sounds weird.
Yeah, not like that. That is weird. Right.
Cook it.
To cook with, to have a culinary experimentation thereof. So, garlic, and what we've got of our ginger. Not quite as much as normal, but we will ad lib, we will make do.
Is there enough?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Maybe. Just as ever, it's all relaxed, it's all chilled. It's not quite good enough. We'll improv. We'll use some powdered garlic just to make up the difference.
You mean ground ginger?
Did I say garlic again?
You said powdered barley.
Yeah, I didn't mean that at all. I definitely meant ground ginger. Thank you, Mother.
That's okay.
Some might even say for lovely. Okay, so we're just going to grate the remainder in. Seen it before, just demonstrate again for anyone watching. Find the groove, go with it, rather against it even, don't go backwards and forwards. That's all you'll do is bend the metal and dull it. It'll become less and less useful over time. Be mindful of your fingers. Because tip of finger does not go well in curry. So there we go. The main aim here is take, brush down, and then in it goes. Don't do as I just did and pour some over the side, because that's just a little wasteful.
There definitely wasn't any other ginger in there.
Yeah, no, that was it. That's all we've got.
Very well.
Very well indeed. Oops, I do. So again, just better demonstratory angle. Just brush down, then along, and you waste none of it. And you then also won't have any large chunks of garlic making its way to your guests. In fact, what the heck, I'll do the same again with the ginger. Oops, well, I would do if I'd hold on to the ginger. Reminds me of that line from, I know it's a Me film with, Carrying Out the Khyber.
Yeah.
They yells out, "Ginger!" And the Sergeant Major says, "Who is?" He says, "No, not you, this is my mate." "Private Hale?" "Yes, Ginger Hale." Play on words for ginger ale.
Yeah. Did I ever tell you about when I had ginger beer?
No?
Right, so I distinctly remember having a sports day at primary school.
Right.
And my friend loved drinking, that, I can't remember what it's called, it's like a Jamaican ginger beer.
Like root beer, no. Jamaican root beer. I know the one you mean.
No, it's a ginger beer. It's not a root beer. It's ginger beer, but you buy it in a can. Yeah, I know.
I've said the wrong thing, but I know exactly which one you mean.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Right. So I distinctly remember having that at the school sports day in primary school.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I don't know, I was probably like 10 or something. And it was delicious. I thought it was amazing. And then for some reason, like for years afterwards, I could never find this ginger beer so that I could have it again.
Yeah.
And then... Oh,
No, I'm only doing it. I can hear you.
and then years later, when I was like probably like 18, I saw it in Sainsbury's when I was with my mum. And I was like, oh, can I have a can of this ginger beer? I remember drinking it and it was so delicious and I really want to have it again. So she got me a can and we opened it in Sainsbury's and I had a sip because I didn't want to wait. And I just started coughing. And I was like, this is awful.
That's not as good as you remember.
And I'd spent my whole life up until then remembering this drink so fondly.
Do you remember Jamaican ginger cake?
Oh, yeah.
I used to love
the
that.
McVitie's one.
Yeah.
I know, we used to always have the chocolate cake in that same family from McVitie's.
Yeah.
We never had the ginger cake.
No, I used to really like that one.
It's like, so they put treacle in it. So
Yes, there's treacle in it.
That's why it's flat.
Yeah.
You could always try and make one.
Oh, that'd be fun. What do you think, folks, when you come and see this in due course? I would like to do some more baking. You know, I was sat thinking it over. Like, Great British Bake Off and baking stuff is one of the things that reignited my previous enjoyment of baked breads and cakes and stuff. And
Well, we have baked stuff, but not necessarily streamed it. Like we did the whatchamacallits. We did the muffins. I'm not putting any of that bit in.
You don't like it?
Oh no. So...
Do you need a little plate, by the way, for the chicken bits, or are you okay?
Oh, I'm going to put them in here.
Cool.
Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely. Right, let's measure out some spices for our curry. I should know this off by heart by now, but, you know, you sometimes forget these things. So, oh, hang on. I've forgotten to put in a large chilli. Wait a minute.
Oh, we actually have some.
We actually have some.
Fresh chilies, not frozen chilies.
Yes. Fresh chilli from the unfortunately botched experiment with the rhubarb. Sad about that, but never mind. Not a great deal that can be done. If it goes off, it goes off. There was, yes, we took extraordinary measures. There was no saving the patient. We've been watching ER, folks. Right, so the chicken will be ready in 32 minutes, which is good. Cracking
What should I be putting on rice?
Yeah, but it will even not in any kind of rush. This is a relaxed kind of.
Okay, fine. Oh, I'm not even going to try.
Yeah, I think maybe once we've done the chicken, if we put the rice on. And we get folks to use our delightful rice cooker, which I'll bring the camera over at that point, slightly falling in love with the thing. And by slightly, I mean a lot. There we go. So I completely forgot the key ingredient. And this is why, of course, we have recipes to hand. We're all human, especially in this channel. We are all highly amateurish. This is Al may be thinking, well, speak for yourself. There we go. One starter paste. Definitely complete now, Mr. Al. Have you actually got it right? I have, in fact, actually got it right. Jolly good. Jolly
What
good.
did you miss?
I forgot the chilli. One large chilli, which interestingly, unlike the frozen chilies, has actually changed the colour of the paste. It's now made a pink paste. What? I'm sure it will taste identical. How would you like to be somewhere by the sea? Sure, Mrs. Albert, love it. A trip to France? To Paris? To Paris or not to Paris? Is never a question someone who is fencing asks. Always Paris.
I'm not posh enough to
Oh.
understand that reference.
I'm not posh.
So what is parrying?
It's when you get in the way of someone's rapier, blade thing.
Oh, look, you know. Oh, thing. I don't know what.
Thing. That thing, folks. We all know that thing. The pokey thing. One pokes the other poker. So, curry, stick of cinnamon. And then we want our fennel. Where have I got that? A big bag of spices. That's fenugreek. I don't want that. I need garam masala, turmeric. Oh, in fact, they're all held together. Is there a curry powder in there as well, by any chance? No. Keep that out for ease. One thing I might do actually is go through all the spices and stuff and see if there's anything that we can make based upon any of the spices we're not using a lot.
Yeah.
Which might get rid of a couple of bits and pieces, clear out the cupboards a little bit. Oh, have I actually? Interesting. Ooh. We are missing what is it? Fennel.
So we've used it all up.
Yeah. In fact, we've actually also used the.
Do you check through everything? Because there might be
hang on.
one.
Yeah, I'll do a quick double check. I'm surprised we've used all that up.
Well, I'm not. Because we never.
Hang on. Cumin. Okay, so cumin, garam masala, turmeric, fennel is what we are missing, folks. Have we got any? No, is the short answer. Why don't we use something else? Fenugreek.
Is that like fennel?
No, not really. Actually, I'm trying to find something that's a bit closer to fennel than that.
Do we not have any in the tubs?
No. You sure? I mean, I can put some of these in. It'll certainly give it a bit of oomph.
Well, the purpose of fennel isn't oomph. What are you suggesting you're going to put in instead?
Fenugreek, methyl
Well, I
seeds.
just said fenugreek, and you
Oh,
said...
did you? Oh,
yes.
Sorry. I beg your pardon.
And you said no, that wouldn't be suitable.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't hear you. You misheard. Oh, apologies.
So what did you hear me say?
I thought you... I'm not quite sure. I think I must have heard you, and in my own head heard the thought... I was thinking of asafoetida. Oh, hang on. We've got a whole tub of fenugreek at the back.
Yeah, and you need fennel.
Yes, I'm getting blurred with my F's here. I'm going to get some water, actually.
Why don't you just
Wake up.
Google on my phone if fenugreek is a close enough due to fennel, if fenugreek is close enough due.
Nice. Paste going. I've run out of time to do the crisps, I think. Right, we'll get the base of the curry going. Do the crisps another time. We'll do them later. So let's get ourselves a couple of measuring bits and bobs.
What, presumably the crisp will just be like minutes, won't it?
Quite possibly. Go on, that's through caution. So
We don't have to.
spoon rest back in. Rest our weary spoons. Clear up as we go along. Right. so that's 5 centimetres away from everything. Let's turn the air fryer on. I think. That turn it on? Oh, you have to turn the timer on, don't you? Right, okay, in that case I can wait a little bit because I don't want to do it all too soon. Right. Howdy Al, hello Alice, how are you? How is your afternoon and evening going?
Yeah, done.
All done?
Well, I've only done the chicken so far for the curry.
That's super, thank you very much, my love.
So we're going to have a little break. I still need to do it for the dish.
Take a little rest. Alice says she's having a good day. She's done her account. Bravo, Alice. That sounds like no fun whatsoever. So, unless you're an accountant, of course, in which case, bravo. Wouldn't catch me doing that. There we are. What you've caught us and doing, Alice, is we're doing chicken adobo, which is a I think it's Filipino chicken dish, which is, pardon the steam, chicken, soy sauce, white wine vinegar and seasoning, and cook slowly and gently. And then we are just whipping up one of our frequent flyers, our curry. So we're going to have a little bit of a play with the rice cooker, because it's lovely, and the air fryer, because it's experimental and I've yet to quite get it right. I'm trying to make salt and vinegar crisps with varying success. I say varying, how would you describe the success, my love?
Not a success.
Not a success so far. At all.
Right, I'm going to...
Have a break?
No, do you want me to put the rice on?
Oh, please, yeah, would you mind?
No.
Yes, I caught myself on the side of the pan, unfortunately. Whoops. Be careful, folks, when you're cooking. How is the rest of the family, Alice? Are they enjoying their Thursday? Wherever they may be?
I'm just going to do 2 cups, yeah?
Yeah, that sounds great, thank you. Don't know, haven't heard. I'm sure they will be in touch in due course. One can even say if one pokes them with a stick, they will get in touch with you far quicker.
Maybe I should do 3 and then halve it, and then the rice is done for the next one.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Oh. So just check that chicken's not going too fast, because it is a slow cook one. That actually looks like it might be a bit high. Let's bring it down. And then actually I've come to a point where I need to turn the chicken around so the other half cooks, but our curry off shot is nearly ready for the next little bits and pieces. So thank you very much, Mrs. R, for the exquisitely prepared chicken.
Yeah, so that's the chicken, and then the veg is the pirate.
Marvellous, thank you, thank you, thank you. So in our very well prepared chicken goes. And that's just chicken breast for this one. We're using thighs for the adobo. And if you fancy trying the adobo, Alice, the recipe will eventually go on to, well, it'll be spread around, sent directly or a chatting channel. But it can be done with either thighs or boned chicken, so drumsticks and on the bone thighs and things like that. Has it been another day in the garden? Weather been nice for you where you are? So at the moment, I'll turn the camera around a second. I'm just getting the chicken coated in the paste that starts the curry. The accounts came first. Oh dear. Well, if it stays like this tomorrow, you'll be account free and can enjoy it. Right, I just need to make sure I don't forget to put anything in. And I've realised I have, what do I need? I need 250 ml of stock. I'm not prepared yet. Just see. Cool. I do hope this chicken is nice. It's sort of, I've got my expectations up about it.
Can you?
Yes.
I don't know if you can reach the plug that.
I certainly can. Right. And turn on.
Yeah.
So that's our rice cooker coming on. Alice can thoroughly recommend a rice cooker if you've never used one. They revolutionise rice. I really wanted to try and get sushi rice for this, but I was out of luck. Nowhere had it. Well, there was that one store that said that they thought they'd have it in this week, didn't they?
Yeah.
So we shall try them.
Oh yeah, you can try tomorrow.
Yes, absolutely.
And then you could try and make onigiri.
Yes.
What I actually saw, a good thing that someone that I watched do was roast some sesame seeds and grind them up and then mix them in with the rice.
Oh, that's nice. So that's all our veg, yeah?
Not that.
Not that. So, round 2 for our curry. There's a big batch curry at this one, so lots of vegetables, plenty of veg. Let's pop that out of the way as well. All we go?
Yeah.
Thank you very much, my love. You have a little break?
I still need to do the rest of the chicken.
It's okay. Have a break, please. I'd offer you a Kit Kat, but I have none. It is a shame. Right, just curry.
Yeah, so did I do too much veg?
No, it's all right. It'll all work out. More veg is good. I like a big veggie curry.
Do you want me to change the camera around?
No, it's okay. Have a break. You've been on your feet for ages. So I'll just show whoever's watching. Here's our curry. Looking very curry-like.
Oh, I'll get out some tomatoes.
Oh, I've got some.
Oh, okay.
And then we've got our chicken, which is cooking nicely. But now I need to turn that around, so I'm going to have to put the camera back down, I realise, because otherwise I'm going to drop you into the chicken, and that will be most unfortunate for both the chicken and my phone. So I'm just literally turning that chicken upside down.
Shall I move some of this stuff out of the way?
Am I looking a bit crowded?
Do you need this stuff?
Yes. I need the jug.
This?
Oh no, not that one. The one you're holding. Right, so all I've done there, and I'll just pan the camera around again.
Do you need this?
Yes. I need the spoons. I don't need the bay leaves there. Like that.
Do you need these?
I do. So I've not put the spices in yet. That's for the curry. So just turn the chicken upside down. You can already see it's got a much different colour. It's been cooking nicely underneath the surface of the liquid. And let that carry on. Right. Yes, that's been washed. Okay, so use our cumin seeds. I'll just use all of them. And we want a combination of turmeric.
You still have a slow gin, I didn't realise.
Oh yeah. Have a sit down, you're looking tired. You've done loads of prep over there off shot. So, get some turmeric. Nice vibrant colours there. One of the turmeric. One of garam masala. We'll have our stick of cinnamon going as well. Oh, that's cinnamon. Nothing like singing along in the kitchen.
I love these San Pellegrino glass bottles, and they do keep the water fizzier.
It's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's a quality stuff.
Oh, is this still heating?
No, I've not started yet.
Then should I not turn it on?
Not yet. No, leave that on ready to go.
I don't think that's how it works. But... what are you doing?
What have I done? What have I done now? Oh yeah, you want to keep that bottle, my mistake.
No, this bottle isn't yours to throw away.
Oopsie daisy. I thought I'd done something horrendous.
Yeah, that is horrendous. It's not yours to throw away.
I thought like I'd throw chicken in it or something.
What? Well, you haven't even prepared it.
Get rid of them. Ba-bum-ba-bum. So let's give our veg curry a stir. It's coming along well. Right, so let's do a spot of quick stock as opposed to taking stock. There you go, 250ml bang on nearly. So, nice thing I found about this chicken recipe as well is that you really can leave it. This stock pot has cracked at some point in its life. Can't be sure that that's okay, unfortunately. So, one of these days I'll make this from scratch, but until then, apparently it's the equivalent of making a Victoria sponge. Why do it when you can buy it? Useful skill to have though, I'm sure. How's our chicken looking? Looking very tasty indeed. We're going to have to get ready to do bits and pieces with that in about 11 minutes time. That's I think that's about ready for the rest of the ingredients. So let's get the lid off our curry. Ooh, that's hot. That's very hot. Pop in our stock. Leave a bit to rinse out. Our tin of chopped tomato. So what culinary delights are awaiting you, Alice, this evening? wasn't torturing the device there, it's just run out of battery, so you have to sort of urge it along to get to its final destination. There we go. Oops, rinse out our tin, leave no tomatoes behind. In goes our various spices. Homemade Hereford burgers and wedges. Takeaway supper. Oh, well, lovely. Oh, lovely, lovely, lovely. What makes them from Hereford? Anything in particular, or is that just the name of it? There we go. Hereford beef. Right. Straightforward answer. There we go. Sure that curry is well seasoned. Lid on. And leave to cook through until all the vegetables are nicely done. There we go. Wipe to the grinder. Just was feeling a bit sticky there. So to go with our Adobo chicken, which as you can see, still doing very nicely there, slightly steamed the lens. We've got Pride and Joy rice cooker here. I particularly like the little panda on the front. When does the cooking time come up, my love, as opposed to the...
when you're 10 minutes out.
Oh, when you're 10 minutes out it tells you, oh.
Yeah.
But it's an absolute cracking thing, that. It really does make rice all the better. Let's do a little clean down before the next session with the beef. Sorry, with beef, with the Adobo chicken. Adobo, even. I'm calling it Adobe again. So we need them for our curry. With them. Don't need any of that, I don't think. Is there anything left to chop? Maybe it's well read. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. It's well read chicken. Well versed in what it needs to know. Am I going to need to chop anything else, or can I? No, it looks like I can pretty much clean down. Now we've got some chilies left to dress the plate, which I can leave just there. Otherwise, we can get everything cleaned and cleared away. Kept this to one side just to pop our cooked chicken on, although I forgot what was on it, so I'll wash it again. Just to be sure. Yes. So in effect, I'm just going to leave that curry to cook until the veg is tender. That's going to be my mark of whether or not it's done. Side, on. So let's. Oops. So I don't need that either. Gosh, we pretty much don't need it. Well, that we may need for seasoning, depending on what Mrs. Allen I think of the flavour. So let's, however, get rid of everything else. There we are. What do you think? I'll serve this in bowls.
Yeah.
Yeah?
No, a plate.
A plate?
Wait, what are you serving?
The adobo.
Oh, already?
Well, soon.
Well, not until I then, surely.
No, but I mean, it's still going to need another 4 minutes to cook, and then I need to take that out, and then there's another 10 minutes for the sauce to really thicken, because I'll turn it right up at that point. I'm just thinking ahead. We're ahead of time. We're well prepared so far. I may have just jinxed that, but we're surprisingly cleared down. Everything's nice and clean, ready for the chicken. Yes. I don't know what else to tell you. We were mulling over. I was just mulling over before you got here, Alice. We'll try and do a bit more of the baking side of things, which I've not really focused on recently. And Mrs. Owl wants to make a Madeira cake, isn't that right, my love? She can't hear. Huh? I was just saying about baking and the fact you want to make a Madeira cake soon as well. As ever, stay well hydrated, folks, especially in warm weather. How's the curry doing? Let's have a quick stir. Oops, smells nice. The veg is looking delightful, man. So there you go. Chicken nearly done. If I leave the lids on, it'll do it even faster. Right, let's turn up the air fryer then. Let's get that warming up. I'll prepare because we're going to just crisp up some kale and put that through the rice and the adobo. Just check that it's all looking satisfactory. Take out any bits that I'm not so happy with. So that's what I'll do like always for this to cook. Let's get myself a small receptacle. There we are. So if I just tease off any bits that I'm not really interested in. One thing I will say about the air fryer is it's quite loud. It's not a quiet bit of kit. So, yeah, there we go. Not quite sure what I picked. I thought maybe I'd try something simple like a loaf of bread or indeed I suppose a Victoria sponge, because I distinctly remember enjoying watching with Mrs. Owl, who's over in the having a seat at the moment. Great British Bake Off. Can't remember which when it was on which channel. When they challenged everyone to make a Victoria sponge, and then no one knew what to do because they all admitted, well, we normally buy it. So let's just good. Not too much kale though, because it is only an added extra, a little extra bonus. Right, that will do. I think we shall do with 9 seconds to go. Let's swap the pans around. So, thank you, timer. So let's get our chicken out from the pot as the next stage of the recipe. There we go. and then remove to let you bring the sauce down and thicken it. Whoops. It's very tender chicken. It's literally coming off, just falling apart nice and gently. Getting quite nice spicy aromas and sweet with soy sauce. Not too much garlic, you'll be pleased to hear, my love. And there we go. In fact, I'll do a little close-up of the chicken there, but for now, let's just get the lid back on, raise the temperature up. Give that, I said 7 to 10 minutes, so let's see how it's doing in 7 minutes. So, if I just bring the camera in for another shot. See, it's got a really nice colour from being dipped in the soy sauce for as long as it has. I'm going to open up a piece. Just see that it is cooked, however, properly. Let's pick a large one. Ooh. Okay, let's pick a knife and fork, because that is piping hot.
It's already done.
Now we're bringing the sauce right down. So you whip it out, and then when it's thick, you apparently then coat it in the sauce. But I just thought I'd get some out and check that it was actually cooked through. It's cooked to me, folks. Try a bit.
You try.
Blimey, that is very soft.
Does it taste nice?
Mm.
Can I try some?
Yeah, you could eat that on its own. You can see what you think. Tell the folks what you think. Just found a bit you didn't like. Sorry.
Yeah, it tastes good.
Hopefully the sauce will make it even better.
I think the strongest flavour is the soy sauce, isn't it?
Yes.
But because you've added the sugar, it's slightly sweeter.
Yeah. Chicken's got its 5 centimetre gap that the machine tells me it needs. So
You could have had it further forward.
yeah, here we go. So I'm basically planning to spray these with a little salt,
Oil.
season, fry, and then just work in through the rice.
Okay.
Okay. How are you doing? I'm tired. And way below.
I think that meat's going to be scary for me to eat.
I think I plucked off a lot of the bits that I thought you wouldn't like. But it does fall apart, so I think if there are, like, there might be a bit there, for example, you'll be able to see it very easily, I think.
Okay.
Mrs. Howe did not look sure there. Oh dear. So in fact, Alice, I'll pan it round, Kate, or if anyone else is watching as well. It's our other bit of recent kit. It's the air fryer. It's very loud. It's very, very loud. Still trying to perfect the results from it, to be honest. But it's easy enough to use. You literally just flick, use the button, pull it all out, put in what you want, shake it to make sure it doesn't stick, and you're away. But loud. One thing about it is loud. The sauce is still going. I think that will need the full 10, so let's just put that back up again. I've been wondering about getting one of those, honestly, and I think I'm going to call across to Mrs. L. Mrs. L, if you could recommend one of the pieces of kit that we bought, it would be the rice cooker. Yeah, if you're going to, Alice, if you're going to buy, if you think to myself, oh, I'm going to buy myself a new piece of kit, even and I really want the air fryer to work and be a healthy alternative for things like crisps and fries, and your uncle has one and he likes it. don't get me wrong, it works. You know, it does it with, you know, less oil, and I'm going to try the Karaji chicken with it. But if I had to pick any three, and someone said you can only buy one, I'd strongly recommend that rice cooker. Oh, actually, no. If I had to pick one, actually, yes, it would be the coffee machine, because I would probably faint and give up during the middle of the day without it. But for the cooking rather than the coffee. But you see, the thing there you got, Alice, is if you're thinking healthy snacks, and we're going to do this too, onigiri, sushi, and also with the rice cooker you can do more than just rice in it. You can. It's a slow cooker. You can you bake in it? You can bake in it. So you've got the rice as well. It is massively versatile, and it's not all about rice. But with that said, the air fryer was not expensive. I think you just got to. You have to learn a certain sweet spot in order to get it. So the rice cooker can do. And I just suddenly realised, Alice, is it just yourself and Mr. Penn you'd be cooking for? Which model of rice cooker? It is a Yum Asia. And in fact, I'm sure I can get the link to you, Alice. I'll tell you exactly which one it is. But honestly, you think you know good rice, and I thought I knew good rice, and then we cooked rice in that, and I had my head blown off. I couldn't quite believe the difference. And that's, I promise, without hyperbole. Yum Asia, that's absolutely Yum Asia, and it's got a little panda on the front. I will find the address, Alice, and I will send it to you by some form of messaging, because it wasn't expensive either. I seem to remember it was about somewhere in the £30 to £50 bracket, was it, love? Is it somewhere between £30 and £50, the rice cooker? It wasn't expensive.
It was only that much because we bought it on Amazon with a voucher. It's
Oh.
ordinarily that one is about £85.
Okay, apparently we'd used some a voucher we'd been given. It was 85-ish pounds. Definitely, Alice. Yes, I can thoroughly recommend it in, I think, every single way, to be honest. Yes, admittedly, my absolute favourite is the coffee machine, but it's a different kettle of, well, that's a kettle of fish. I'm getting stuck in my own examples here. It's completely different. And in fact, it has just ticked over to tell us that the rice will be ready in, not cheap. No, I was wrong. I must have misremembered the fact we applied a voucher. I will say, though, worth every penny of the £85 we spent, including voucher. Really can't recommend enough for cooking purposes. So spray just with a little, and also I'm not obsessed with butter. I just have a lot of these tubs for various storage, so I'm just giving it a light spray to help it crisp in the air fryer. Apply seasoning. I shall bring you in, Alice, because you're interested in the air fryer. I shall take you in with one hand if I can and just show you the operation of it. So that's one of pepper. Do a little bit of salt, although the dish that it's going with is quite salty, so not too much. So shake. I'll bring you around, I'll show you how it works. First thing, you have to keep a 5 centimetre gap between all edges around, because it has steam coming out of it, of course. So, I'll try and do this with one hand without revealing our entire kitchen. Just pull out, and there you have the inner workings. Depending on what you're cooking, you can obviously put in, for example, grease-proof paper if you need to. I'm just going to scooch that along. There we go. Because what we're cooking is just some vegetables, just literally drop them in. The hot air will circle around it, and if you need to take out that inner section for any reason, which we probably will do in a bit, you just flick up that lever, press it down. I'll show you a on it in a moment actually. And then it goes in. Got a simple timer. It's currently quite... I've actually got the timer on quite high at the moment because I was getting it heated up. So I've just changed it there to about 5 minutes, but actually that's a little too stingy now. Keep an eye on it, check every 3 minutes. Just show you the inner workings of behind the camera there. My little notebook. There. So that will now just quietly cook to itself. Let's see how the sauce is reducing. Go a bit longer, I think. Reduce it right down, make it sticky. Our curry, in contrast, is doing very well, just bubbling away. Actually, what's the time, Mrs. R? I've completely lost track of time.
Oh God,
It's 7:45. Blimey, right, okay. So, just a quick taste test. Go. Let's just going to take the whole sauce off the heat. Ooh, large van is arriving. Just going to have a look. I would think the sauce would need to be a bit thicker than that. So, first note for this recipe: when it goes up, give it a bit longer than originally intended. And then we'll have our dinner ready. I'm so sorry, love, I can't remember you said for the dinner tonight, bowls. For dinner tonight, bowls or plates? Plates. Actually, it's a little mucky under that. I'll give it a little wipe. Move the chicken out of the way entirely. Ready to plate up. Okay, I think the chicken, the sauce is pretty much there, but we've only got a minute to go, so what the heck, we'll make it a bit thicker. A bit thicker still. Our rice will be ready in 5 minutes, so that will get a nice opportunity just to sit and marinade. We can get our kale looking crispy. In fact, just... Oh, again, Alice, if you're interested, it's dead easy in the sense of just pull it open. There's no real problems in terms of functionality, but as you can see there, hopefully you can already see, very crispy indeed. In fact, it is sufficiently crispy. I'm in fact going to stop. So I'll try and turn this around to show you. That there, lift it there, press down, and then that will lift out the entire inner cage, so then you can access your kale. Some of it was a bit too thin actually and has gone all the way down inside, so just with a little bit of care.
Oh no.
No, it's alright, doesn't matter. Just, there we are, just pour it out. Ah, thank you very much. So, and who have we got? Toria Johnson. I'm very good, Toria. How are you? Are you having a good Thursday? I must confess, I'm not a chef. I'm an amateur, but an enthusiastic one. Absolutely. And I'm joined by Mrs. Al, my lovely wife.
Hello.
What do you think? Crispy?
Mmm.
Good?
Yeah, really good.
Right, I'm going to leave them there. So, no, some of this, Toria, is stuff that I'm well versed in and I've done over the years and things. Some of it's brand new and experimental. And one of those that we're doing tonight, which is an experiment, is chicken adobo. I don't know if you know it. It got recommended to us, so we're giving it a try. So, we're at the end, actually, of getting it ready. Mrs. Al is kindly just preparing the rice in the background with our rice cooker. So, this chicken has been cooking for 45 minutes. I've taken it out just to reduce the sauce down and get it thick. Now we're putting it back in just to give it a coating. I'll bring you over just to show you. I'm just One hand down. Here we are. Right, okay. So, pardon the camera angles, folks. So here we go. Back in with the sauce.
Oh, it doesn't look very thick.
It honestly, maybe it could have been a bit thicker still, but... Oops, daisy. Sorry, folks. Lost that there for a sec.
It really doesn't look very thick at all.
No, so... It's interesting that, because I've actually given it, I think, over double the amount of time it said to give it. So I'm going to leave it in there, though. So, there we go. Bring that back out. So, I'm glad you think it looks good. We'll tell you how it tastes. We've not done it before. And the other thing we're cooking, sorry, I'll show you as well, is we've not really gone through this because we've done it a few times, is our version of a curry from scratch, kindly prepared by Mrs. L. So, almost entirely vegetable, a little bit of chicken, and that's going to just be for us to eat sometime during the week. So yes, we do various bits and bobs. We do fermentation, there's going to be baking, there's new recipes, old favourites, experiments, some massive mistakes. We had one recently, we had to bin the lot. We were doing a fermentation of rhubarb and chilies, and something went wrong, and we lost the entire batch. It started growing mould. I think we were able to learn some lessons from it. Salient conclusion, I think, was always buy the freshest ingredients. But we take recommendations and suggestions, and provided it's things we like to eat, because obviously we've got to eat it at the end of the day, we have a bit of a play and a bit of fun. And I do think, however, my love, Mrs. L, you're right. I think it said do it for 5 minutes to thicken it, and it's been doing it for 15. Still doesn't look massively... I think what I might do is serve it and keep cooking it once we've toddled off and said toodaloo to everybody, because then it might be a drizzling sauce. Yes, I hope you're well, Taurus, wherever you are.
Maybe we should have it in bowls.
You think?
Yeah.
Maybe bowls instead?
No, I don't. No.
No?
Fine, we'll do plates.
You sure?
It's just because of the. I'll need to basically dissect my food.
Yeah.
But
Thank you very much, Alice. Yes, I'm sure hopefully it will be tasty. But yes, if you want to have greater access and see the quality of the chicken, I'd say have a plate. So yes. And there we go. And that's the rice cooker letting us know everything is ready. So let's just remove that. That's going to be... do you want me to mix it through the rice, or shall I just put some each on the plate?
no, just put some each on the
Each on the plate? Right, okay. Hands are clean, folks, so there we are. Just a spot of kale there. Just a little... nothing but a healthy texture, if you like. In fact, I'll just... through caution, this is where you see that not a chef, Taurus. Shake onto the plate.
Do you want to pass me a plate to put some?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's just do a quick swap. Let's get all that out.
Is that all that you did?
Yeah, it was only a little bit just to go through the rice. I could do more. So let's pop that back in.
I think we should definitely do like a lot more.
Okay, we'll do a lot more. So Taurus has also had chicken today. Lemon pepper chicken, wings and fried chicken. Oh, hello.
Do you think that will do for now? That can be me.
That's for you. Right, okay. So here's a little portion for Mrs. L. In fact, let's get you in for plating central.
Give me the other one.
Give you the other one.
Do yours.
Thank you. Try and get Mrs. L some nice looking pieces of chicken. So let's do a piece there. And a second piece, because this has made a fairly big amount of chicken, this, and it's meant to be a thick sauce that applies on the top, but it's just not done it. So I'm
Do you
going...
think that's enough for you?
It is to start with, yeah, absolutely. So let's... yes, it does sound nice, doesn't it, Alice? That sounds like a cracker. Right, let's just... we'll dress Mrs. Owl's plate.
Well, didn't you drizzle any sauce?
No, I'm going to.
Okay.
Do you want any sesame seeds? No? Right, in that case, pardon me, I shall put a little sauce over the top. over your chicken?
No, on the rice.
On the rice. And there we go. That's just a little take. First time attempt, chicken adobo.
Are you going to plate up any of yours?
I think so. I'll do mine less elegantly. That's my elegant plate. So, if we can call it that.
You can elegantly plate yours.
Nah. We'll just
Why not?
we'll tell the folks what we think of it, and then we'll toddle off and actually have dinner.
Oh, you want me to eat some now?
Yeah, we'll eat some. Tell the folks what we think. We just grab any old bit for myself. That's maybe quite a lot of chicken just for that amount of. Sorry, I'm in the way.
Yep.
I'm in the way, folks, as is often my want. So,
Here's a fork.
thank you. So, just sprinkle, dress. Thank you. Right.
Do we need a knife?
No, I don't think so. Right. We'll tell you what we think, folks. I'll hang back out. Some pro camera work here.
I've got a knife.
You got a knife? Right.
Yeah.
It's just. I'll take the drizzling spoon and just.
Yeah?
I'll tell you what, cooking it for a long time, it gives you a very soft texture of chicken. I mean, it
Yeah.
literally just.
It's really
See,
tender.
It's almost like pulled pork texture. That
Yeah.
it's just. You can just pull it and it just gently goes apart. Let's see about flavour wise.
It's more strongly flavoured now that it's been simmering.
It's been,
isn't it?
yeah. And with rice from the rice cooker, let's just see, I'll put one of the dressed jalapenos on top, or it'll fall off and I'll try again.
Delicious.
What I'm really liking is how light it is. And I like that just all the chilli that went in, it's not blowing your head off. And then when you just get part of the dressed chilli, it gives you that little bit of heat. That's a lovely balance. That's really, really, really delicious. And just
I like having crispy kale on the side.
yeah, we can. Well, I can definitely just throw some more in. Yeah, with the kale.
Yeah, it's so good with the kale. Because this is soft and this is soft.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's good. Very good.
Yeah, that gets thumb of approval. That. What I will think I'll do though is we will head off in just a moment and go and have this and have a sit down. I'm going to take the chicken out though and try and reduce the sauce even more because I've done about twice, 3 times the length the recipe recommended, and it's still thin. I think it's meant to be like a coat to the chicken rather than a drizzle.
Yeah.
So I think we'll try that. Sound sensible? Right. Any other thoughts for the folks on the food?
No, it's good.
It's good.
But was it labour intensive? Or
No,
was it not?
no. Actually,
No, it was-
one
it's
thing I'll
fine.
feed back, folks. Sorry, from off the side of the camera. In fact, I'll just come back for a second. I'm multitasking here where I should. This was really easy. Barely any prep to it at all. Actually, it was a case of get your ingredients together, brown the chicken, take it out, put the sauce in, get it to a simmer, and when you're there, put the chicken in it and let it cook itself for 45 minutes. This was resoundingly straightforward. And I keep panning up. I keep seeing lemon pepper chicken wings and fried chicken and thinking that sounds delicious as well. It's a chicken delicious evening, I think. Maybe I should go and play Players Unknown Battleground, inspired by chicken, to go for the win. Maybe not. Right, folks. Thank you very much for joining us. It's been a pleasure having you here. Nice to have had you here for the first time, Taurus. Hopefully we might see you again. And we're going to be back. I'm not quite. Mrs. Al's doing a little dance next to me. So I thought you were going to come and dance with me. I don't know what we're going to do next.
I think I've eaten a jalapeno
Is it hot?
for the first time ever.
What are your thoughts? What can you say?
It's just heat. There's no flavour. So what's the
You know-
point?
There you go, folks. The view from Mrs. Al. That's fairly decisive. Jalapenos are out. It's fairly decisive. But we'll be back. We've got various things. I'm just thinking we've got the apple and sage butter that we're going to make. There's going to be baking. There's going to be new recipes, old favourites, lots of bits and pieces. I've got a couple of days off as well. Ooh, and that's a loud fireworks gone off somewhere. That idea, marvellous. So we'll be back in the next couple of days and the week after that. Have a great evening until then. Take care. All the best. We'll see you soon. Toodaloo from me. Toodaloo from Mrs. Al.
Bye.
Bye.